chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Trade another.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in. I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gonna make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let's get it, let me see all systems are go. Yes sir, happy Thursday to everyone. Who we got here in YouTube chat? Nova, Ali, Smokey. Who we got in exclusive? All the people in exclusive here. Let's go, let's go. So today being Thursday, we'll see we do have some GDP news if I'm not wrong. Yes, we have some GDP here. Expecting GDP to stay the same. That's what we're seeing, right? They're expecting GDP to stay the same. So if we look here, our previous result came back lower than expected. If we see a tick up, gonna mean higher interest rates for longer, so we'll see a dump on gold if this goes up. If this comes back as expected or lower, gold will continue its bullishness, and it's pretty much as simple as that. So let's see, we're kind of pricing in some sort of pullback so far. Tapped the 90 level yesterday and just started to move away from that 90 level over Asian and etc. Actually no, late into the evening here. Daily time frame has ended up closing bearish here. First bearish closure after a couple of days here. Could end up very much into something like this, but our previous structure is going to be around 700s, 680s if we want to retest, but we have to break this low before we see downside. 4 hours giving us mixed signals at the moment. Even though we're bearish bias, we're sitting at support here. So as long as we respect this support today, we have a high chance of just forming one of these ranges, something like this, which is not out of the ordinary after a massive push. So we could form a range in here. Let's mark up some of our resistances here as well. So we have this 4 hour resistance here. There we go. Next thing we want to do is have a look at how 1 hour. So we do have a bearish bias today. 1 hour sitting at that support, 30-minute 15. Okay. Sells below here seem to be the easiest in terms of overall analysis. We want to see if we can sell earlier and not sell the lows of the range would be better. So how would we plan for sells today? Well, we have this 4 hour support sitting right here. So for me, I don't think there's going to be sells till we get at least below the 4 hour support, which makes sense. If we look at that on a 15, kind of aligns with this 15-minute support down here. So we could try sell below this 15-minute support to get down here, which should be about 20-ish pips. Yeah, 28 pips. That would be a plan. Depending on where we go now, we could also take fake out trades back in the range here to retest 4 hour support. It's just a little bit riskier, that one, because we've already tested 4 hour support today. Twice actually. So we want to be a little bit careful trying to come back here. Counter bias trades, I need time. I need to see structure form before counter bias. We could definitely bounce out of here because we are at 4 hour support. So to see a bounce back to 4 hour resistance, not crazy. But if I'm going to trade counter bias, I probably want to see 1 hour break of structure for sure in 5 minutes. That's a guaranteed. And then I want to see 30-minute. Yeah, wow. I mean, counter bias looks immediately okay to take based on 1 hour, but this bearish bias is a little bit of a trick here. It's a tough one. We're at target here. Wow, what a tough one. 50-minute has no kind of counter bias trading zone. Your trading zone is if the 1 hour closes above. So it will make our life easier to look for sells if the 1 hour doesn't close above, because we won't trigger any counter bias signals, right? 1 hour will close below, 30-minute will close below. If we do get the 1 hour closing above, we will trigger a counter bias signal. Maybe we have to just try trade back towards this resistance up here and see what happens. It's tough though with bearish bias, man. But then it would not look very bearish at that point. That's my reasoning. So when in doubt, wait it out, right? That is the rule here. So we're gonna wait it out, see what happens in 4 minutes, and take it from there. DAX on the other hand, daily time frame now closing bullish after yesterday massive rally towards the upside. Get rid of a lot of these levels here. Big rally towards the upside on DAX. Seeing DAX take us back towards the daily resistance. So target is tapped for the day. We don't have daily range, right? Because we're at resistance. 4 hour time frame likewise at the major resistance here, still giving us bullish bias. If we start breaking the low, I will consider it mixed bias. But we're at major resistances. This is like until we get above it, worst place to buy. So a little bit tougher London session. Being at this resistance here to look for buys unless we get above it, but we don't know that yet. It's not far from getting above it. We could definitely do that today. It's not out of the question as well. To start to trade above it, we could easily break out. Now the question is, where's our sells gonna come? If we're gonna leave this zone, we could maybe look for sells. I want to see where that line is on 4 hour. Yeah, it would be about breaking the 4 hour low, something I like a little bit more. So I think that's where my sells would come from, is going to be around below this area here. Problem is, it could just be a retest towards the 1 hour and then we can reject from the 1 hour. So we have to watch that carefully. Maybe we sell even earlier and then we try get a little bit deeper, use this wick to fill here. Could be an option. If not, then I'm looking for buys. Buys above here, probably a little bit tight. We'll see how it forms. 10 points, not that much, but buys above here look pretty good. We should be able to fill that wick. I wouldn't worry about this. That's about 8 points, and then this range here is like, you know, 50 points or whatever. So pretty big range once we start to get out of this zone. If we chop in here, I'm not very interested if we start chopping. It's not really, unless we create setup 5s like this, but that will take some price action to form that. Once price action forms with that, then we can look to tackle that one. Otherwise, that's kind of the plans here. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening. 2 minutes for a gold candle to close here. I wonder if gold setup 5 here would be worth. But that means I have to be bullish today. So we'll see. That is the plans here. If it closes below, kind of makes everything a lot easier. And we don't need to start looking at counter trend yet. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. If everything was clear, leave a like on the stream. 100 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. Get the likes up to 100. We'll appreciate it. You know the drill. Hate to say it. Part of the game. The YouTube business. Let's see what we have in store today and take it from there. So we kind of want DAX to start to break out. If DAX can break out, we can leave this range. If not, breakdown would also be fine. So one or the other. And yeah. How about 30-minute closing above resistance? Yeah, we just explained that. We just explained that whole analysis with the 1 hour and everything. Have a good session. Cheers, man. You off? So that would trigger a counter bias option. If we were to do that, would trigger a counter bias option. Good luck, good luck. See you in a minute. I'm with mixed bias today. Well, technically on 4 hours, we have a bearish bias here. Previous 4 hour closing strong bearish. Previous daily closings engulfing bearish as well. So we did close below here. So there's no counter bias signals triggering. 30-minute close pretty weak. And as well as 1 hour. So we start to change structure from up here. We could look for sells back down or sells below here. I was up 85 pips in gold in Asian session, but I didn't take anything. It reversed to break even. Do you think aiming for RR is a bad mindset? That's personally why I don't like to push RR too hard. Is because sometimes, you know, you'll have that. You'll hit a 1 to 2, 1 to 2.5, and then it'll come all the way back and even hit stop loss sometimes. So if you just aim for reasonable targets, it's a lot more consistent. But then if you aim for higher RR, it kind of ends up the same result because you can afford those losses. Market position and structure bias. What do you mean? No, bias is done by what? Bias is done by our candles, right? That's how we look at bias. Can you check Euro USD? Yeah, we can have a quick look. See what the euro against the US dollar. So we have this choppy upside range. We just broke below this structure here. 4 hour time frame as well. Heavy downside move yesterday. There would have been some nice sells yesterday. Yeah, a lot of sells below here. Wow, some brilliant options yesterday actually. What time was this? Yeah, 1:30. Yeah, weird time though. So I would say depending on what time frame, but we're kind of at targets as well as Euro USD. We're from the bottom here, so we could see some bounces from here. If we were to bounce on Euro USD, you know, you would want to see changes of structure to try some upside. That upside can lead into more downside, but the majority of the downside is finished from yesterday. Until we're probably going to consolidate in here, create some sort of, you know, create some sort of consolidation phase before the breakout. Hey, this is Phil. Couldn't renew my sub earlier. I'll be back in school later in the day. No worries, man. If you have any issues, just DM me, bro. Help you out. I've been holding swings from 34.60, holding it to 4,000. Do you think gold can retrace that much? Probably back to 700s. If we were to retrace anything, it would be to 700s. Hi brother, can you make a video of how we can imply fundamentals with technicals or predicting bias through that? It's more complicated because fundamentals change, so every time it will change bias. So you just need to know how to do fundamental analysis. That's why every single week in my webinars I start off with fundamentals, because it changes every week. If it was the same, then I would just leave it out, right? Because that's why in our weekly webinars I do like a weekly analysis, because it helps me and I identify the fundamentals for the week. So you just have to understand what is happening in fundamentals and how does that impact the market. And you need to do research, right? I have a basic video on my channel, not basic, but fundamentals. If you just type fundamentals on my YouTube channel, you'll find that. Will help you. So 10 a.m. here, we're seeing now DAX tried to come towards the top of the range here. So we might just be simple on DAX, which we always like simple, is we might break out and continue today, which would be lovely to have that instead of being stuck in ranges and, you know, all of that. Would be great to have some sort of, or some form of continuations. Never a bad thing. Do you get a tune on the GT3? No, you don't want to tune those cars. You don't want to tune those cars. Damn, does it have stock exhaust or do you upgrade it? I want to upgrade it, but it cost me around $25,000 for the full exhaust. For a catback exhaust is around $15,000. Pretty expensive for an exhaust, you know. Pretty expensive for just an exhaust. Also, full exhaust, as soon as you take it on track, then they have track limits. You're gonna not be allowed on track, you know, because you're too noisy. I was watching Danny Racing vlog. I saw you getting a valid. Holy shit, GT3 sounds so mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Their stock is not that bad, bro. Especially when you're getting on it. Like, Porsche's done an amazing job. I mean, it's not like GT3 cup car sound, you know. These cars can be insanely loud, but it's good enough, man. It's good enough. May I know when you'll distribute the giveaway? I wish you'd from the giveaway I got yesterday. Well, did you DM me? That's my question. So yeah, you don't need to tune those cars. I mean, if you put a full exhaust, you should put a tune on it. It will help, but you shouldn't tune it to make more power or anything. You don't really need that. I did right after the win. Did I reply? Not sure. Get a lot of DMs. Just re-DM me if I didn't reply or something. Bump it up. Where did you DM me on? Instagram? Where's that chart you sent? Disappeared. Did you delete it? You sent me a chart asking me about an option on DAX, I believe. So we need a 5-minute pullback here. It's a pretty crazy impulsive here how we're just moving, no pullbacks. It's a little bit risky to place a buy, because if we place a buy and we're part of the pullback, we're going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck. How do you find key levels? Depends on what pair, but they're mostly whole numbers on, or every $5 on gold, for example. On the 5, where do we have a resistance? Up here. So we can start to trade somewhere here. I'm going to put a line here so I know where that is. And then we have a massive LTA behind that. I mean, I want to put an exhaust on it, but the problem with like a exhaust is that just has to be disposable income. Like if you ever sell the car, or you can't sell, like no one, like it's not gonna add value. It's just literally you throw it, not in the bin, but you get what I mean. Like you're paying 15,000 for a piece of metal. Like they're just charging that much because it's a GT3, you know. Like you don't buy a car, like it's actually worse if you sell the car and someone has an exhaust on it. They'll be like, oh, you know, maybe he modded the car, I'm not too sure, I don't want to buy it. So it actually makes things worse. Most people take the exhaust off when they sell the car, you know. Maybe if there's someone who's like selling their exhaust, I would buy it. You know, it's rare, man. Like no one really cares. I bought my WRX stocks because of that reason. Yeah, it puts in people's minds, you know. I mean, on my other car, on my Nissan, I have a full exhaust system and stuff like that. And, you know, it's obviously turbocharged, straight piped. And, I mean, but that exhaust costs nothing, you know. That's like $1,000 compared to what, you know. Any trade in NY session? Yeah, yesterday I took gold buys on a loss in NY session. Took a buy yesterday. Up here. Where are we? I took this buy yesterday here. This candle closing above, back inside the range, liquidity grab towards the lows, change of structure, close above this, 30-minute close above here. So we had a 30-minute active setup, then 30-minute close bullish. Next 30-minute was breaking the high. 1-hour time frame was breaking the high. 4-hour time frame didn't reach resistance. 15-minute close above, 5-minute break of structure as well. 5-minute thunderstorm breaking the high as well. So very high probability trade. It's about a 90% win rate trade, that one. I started simulating trades on higher time frame and 4-hour time frame, but for buyers, Do we use the same strategy? No, you won't use. You'll use like weekly and fundamental analysis. Harry, in the past 2 weeks, I've secured 2 payouts on a 25k account that has 1k drawdown with 20% consistency. Do you consider account flipping? Because I'm risking 25% of my drawdown to make 50%. I don't recommend account flipping. Is always gambling, right? It goes well or it goes wrong. So that's the problem with account flipping. What is win rate of gold only? Is it overall 75%? We can have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, 75%. Finally creating some structure on DAX, which is good. So if we now can create structure, get back above here, will trigger us some buys. Do you consider what I'm doing? So you've secured 2 payouts on a 25k account that has 1k drawdown. So how have you secured payouts if it has 1k drawdown? Or does it now have 1k drawdown? With 20% consistency. Yeah, consistency needs to go up. So what would you flip? I've risked 250 per trade to make, yeah, that's 1% risk. That's not flipping, right? But so you're aiming for 1 to 2 risk to reward. Exhausts here in India are $500. Yeah, I mean, that's how much a normal exhaust. But when you ask for a GT3 exhaust, the price, you know, it goes through the moon. That's my whole point. That's why I haven't put it on, because the car is not terrible to where you can't hear it. It's 1% risk for the entire account, but in reality, you're only working with 1k, which means you have 4 losers. Yeah, if you really want to keep your account, then you can reduce your risk to 0.5%. Otherwise, it's fine. What's your thoughts on Insta funding accounts? How is the company going to make money? There's hidden things that are going to make you eventually fail. So I don't believe in that. Because remember, the prop firm makes money from you failing, right? So in order for them to make money, they need to somehow make it a higher probability for you to fail. So we can take an example of someone like Top Step, right? Top Step makes it pretty easier to pass 6% profit target, and you get a funded account, right? Once you get a funded account, then it makes it very hard to get a payout. And then once you get a payout, your drawdown limits are very tight, because depending on the payout you took. So it's very, very, very good. I took a sell on GBP USD, risk was $100. I took 1,200 because for a whole day it was melting. When I got 1-to-1, I did B, then gave me 1,200. I closed it before NY session. Good, man. Bit of an intraday trade. As long as you planned your higher time frame targets. If you don't plan your higher time frame targets, you won't be able to hit that all the time, right? What's key levels on DAX? They're not that important on DAX, to be honest, key levels. But they'll be like 23,000, 23,500. I'm new here. Welcome, welcome. You know, Blueberry Funded, they say they're broker backed. Every single prop firm is broker backed. Right? Every single prop firm is broker backed. It's just they don't advertise the broker. Otherwise, how are they supposed to run it? I re-DM'd you on Instagram. Do you want me to DM you on Discord? No, the less DMs, the better. Looking for this on gold? Yeah, would be nice if this is an upside move to create some downside. Did you guys do a podcast together? Yeah, we did. No, here some are not. They just operate and shut down. They advertise it like it's crazy. Yeah. Do wicks not count as break of structure? No, because wicks are failing. Like, if this counted as a break of structure, why did we fail, right? Because this candle could not close above. So when something closes, it's doing what those candles could not do. Damn. Like, thank you. Yeah, leave a like on the stream. That's a pretty big banner for leaving a like on the stream. I appreciate that banner. How do you even make a banner like that, man? That's pretty crazy. I'll show the guys on Zoom. This is what he put. To send everyone to make a like. I copied it from another channel, then kept it. Let me try copy and see what happens. I want to see what it's made out of. Oh yeah, you can copy it, but mine got messed up. Look what happened when I copy it. Look how mine looks. Oh no, it worked. Damn. That's interesting. That's what happened when I paste it here. What is it made out of though? Like, it's like blocks of something. Market's having a lot of liquidity today. Yeah, DAX was looking good, but now it just come back inside of the range here. It's going to be very hard for us to buy back towards the highs because we're at major daily targets. Daily resistance is there. 4-hour resistance is there. So we don't want to be buying back into this range. We want to be buying above it. Seems to be a bunch of ASCII characters. Really? I wonder how it looks like that after that. I made 3K with your strategy. That's amazing, man. What did you make that on? Funded account? Live account? Can we sell with break of that 15-minute range lows? Yeah, we can actually. Spread is high in DAX. Let's have a look. We'll monitor it. This is DAX here. So far it's looking okay. We'll see if it widens up and then, you know. You made 3K with Harry's strategy, but did you like the stream? No, man, they won't like the stream, unfortunately. Gold is evil. What is gold doing? Just ripping? Yeah, but remember, this can be a push up to create a downside move after this, right? I mean, if we start breaking this structure, yeah, it's pretty much game over. But this could be like a retest to 4 hour and we start to flip again. Who knows? I mean, there was no counter trend buy setups. What happened to my camera? No, camera says goodbye, man. That's unlucky. Camera decided to give up. Let's see how we can adjust this camera. Maybe we can just bring this camera like this and put it somewhere here. Wonder how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Bring it somewhere in the middle of the screen. Like that. A little bit more disrupting, but it will do. If I change screen, does it come? Yeah, it comes with me, which is good. On this side. Actually, no, it was my fault. I didn't charge my camera yesterday. I got busy and then I forgot. I had time to charge, I just forgot. I'm back after a little pause. Great to see you and your community again. Welcome, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Are you on the 15-minute? Yeah, I'm switching up time frames though. I'm analyzing more than one. Alright, what do you think about the broker's OTC gain income? Is it true? You mean what? OTC means over the counter, so that's dealing orders, right? Of course, they get income for dealing orders, it's their job. Fun fact, this is the camera they took pictures with the Titanic with. Yeah, it should be an artifact then. It's a flex. Camera's not that bad. Come on, guys. I bought Sony ZV-E10. Yeah, I have a ZV-1, which is pretty similar. I found a seminar saying that they just trade the opposite of the majority. Found that hard to believe. No, it's true. A lot of brokers hedge because the majority of people lose in the market, so it's such a profitable scenario. Thanks, Harry, for sharing your content. What a good trader I've become because of you. No, I appreciate that, man. How is the Porsche? The Porsche is tunnel approved, bro. I can tell you that much. It's tunnel approved. When you rip that 9,000 RPM in a tunnel, it's approved. New camera angle? No, my main camera died, so I have to put this camera up. DAX closing in 1 minute. Yeah, but the problem is we're all below major targets here, man. If we take this, we're just risking it a lot. Remember, man, look where we're at. Do your analysis properly. We're at 4-hour resistance. We're at previous daily resistance. We want to be above it. Trading back to it is like a 50-50. It can work, but, you know, it's very hard sometimes. Very hard. I mean, we could take it if you want just to get in a trade. We could do something like that just for fun. 17 points for 10 points here. See what happens. If it pushes past, we'll be lucky. But it's very hard. At minimum, you need change of structure. But take it for fun if you want to just, you know, get into something. But if it loses, you know why, right? Can't tell me, man, I don't understand why this lost, you know? Or if it flies to the top of the screen, oh, I should have taken it. You can make a choice, right? You're entitled. If you believe that it will push through, then you can try. They're called, oh, okay, they're different type of characters. Okay, makes sense. How about the gold cells? Yeah, we needed to set up here. So I want to see also a change of structure for gold cells. This 5 minute, I want to see close bullish, next one below, and then I should be okay. Harry, out of all the other indices, why did you choose DAX? I chose DAX because it's good in London, right? We have good London volume. I could have chose UK 100. You don't want to trade US indices in London. You can, but you don't really want to do that. So for me, I just found the volume in DAX really nice compared to something like UK 100. Does reaching target pre-session affect bias in any ways? Yes, sort of. Is it too much to ask your community how long they watch stream before joining? I'm interested to know. Yeah, that could be interesting. Guys, write how long you watch stream before you join the exclusive community. Let's see. I'm sure it will be a big mix of numbers, but I'm interested. 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 months, 1.5 years, damn. 6 months, few days, 1 month, 1 year, 2 months. Yeah, so 2 weeks, 1 week, 6 months, a year. So 2 months. So that's really interesting. People who only watch it for 2 weeks getting value. People who watch my stream for a year getting value as well. 3 minutes. That's a good one. 3 minutes. It's fine to follow just on YouTube. You don't have to pay. Yeah, if you don't want to actually get good at trading, don't pay, because then you're going to miss out on my one-to-one interaction. You're going to miss out on community calls. You're going to miss out on New York sessions. You're going to miss out on the exclusive content. You're going to miss out on me reviewing your journals, reviewing your trades, right? It just depends how much serious you want to be. If you just want to be on YouTube and don't really give a fuck and just want to listen to me trade with someone, yeah, but if you want to actually get serious at trading, if you want to be in a place for a very affordable price, then that's your option, right? So it depends. Obviously, someone like James, he's obviously not serious. Plus, YouTube won't last, right? Crazy when it's cheap, that person is gay. Don't hate on him. Miss out great community. Yeah, it's different, man. You know, when you want to join be part of a team, have friends, you know. The effort you put in, the effort you get out. Joining a community is better than exploring by yourself and blowing an account daily. Yeah, definitely anything is better than blowing an account daily, right? I'm a professional roulette player trying to convert. I didn't think roulette is profitable long term, man. Poker, yeah, maybe. Trading can get lonely. Good to be a part of a focused community. Learn others' trades perspective. Exactly. Yeah, man, roulette is crazy, huh? To be professional roulette player. Poker, okay, I understand, but roulette? Only English in the chat. If you speak Hindi, you'll be banned. You're in on gold? What did you take on gold? I'm not. You have to just wait a little bit, man. Be patient. Three minutes for this 5 minute to close. I mean, if you believe it to be, yeah, I mean, you could go aggressive. Just if we reject off this now in the last 3 minutes, you'll be in trouble. So you just have to pray here for 3 minutes. Pray for 3 minutes, we don't reject. But we've been pretty impulsive in the market, so you could get away with this today. Definitely could get away with it, yeah. No 30-minute close yet. Contrary opinion, I actually found great value for free on YouTube before joining. You can't blame him, but yeah, joining was best thing I did for my trading. Yeah, that's the point. The point is I don't put bullshit on YouTube, right? That's not going to be... Why would I put bullshit? I actually put stuff on YouTube that's going to help people, but I actually put even more effort in the exclusive that people... There's so much value on YouTube that people think that... the exclusive will have nothing. But honestly, it's the exact opposite. I wonder where is everyone today? Only 300 people in stream today. Something's happening. That's weird. Wonder where everyone went today. Maybe some famous guy is online or something. Sometimes that happens. Everyone got fucked by yesterday's gold drop. Yeah, I'm really trying to put a pin on this stuff because I really feel like sometimes the markets just cause people to get into a headache. I have an alarm on my phone, otherwise YouTube doesn't push. You have to change notifications to all notifications. That's the difference. You need to make sure all notifications are on. You know, Harry, I know you don't like mingling with people, but you try meeting up with YouTube promotes it boosts algorithm. Who's YouTube promoters though? Who would they be? All right, let's see here. 19 seconds for this candle to close here. If we can just leave a bottom wick here would be nice. Then we can look to take potentially a sell. Man, that's a very small bottom wick. We need a decent top wick here. This is really like looking like a... Yeah, there's a nipple wick there. I want to see a decent top wick here. Some sort of 1 minute structure. Then I can look to take a sell. I could even sell on a retest here. Yeah, that would be nice if we get that. Yeah, that would be amazing. Retest sell. Because we have no 1 minute structure, right? Close a bit deep this 5, unfortunately. Seems like the impulsiveness worked out today if we just was impulsive from up here. Forget about the 5 close, just randomly take a sell. Sometimes it's better. $46 pip stops. Aggressive stop here is how much? 32. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to take this DAX buy. You can see how bad it is. Trading at higher time frame targets, never a good idea. Oh shit. See how gold is doing? Ooh, wow. What a rejection here from that previous one, I'm guessing. Ooh, didn't even reach the previous one. Yeah, I think I would have been out break even on this because I would have gone to break even and then would have stopped me break even if I entered aggressively. So if we got like a big top wick here, entered on the flip, would have gave me 20 pips only, but my aggressive stop loss here is 34. 34 pips is my aggressive stop loss. Harry, I suggest one-time payment option because in India we forget to cancel subscriptions sometimes. Many of us are happy to join and a one-time payment option. Okay, DM me. One-time payment will cost, you know, just DM me then. I'll send you a one-time payment if you don't want to pay. But I mean lifetime payment probably will cost around $2,000, right? I recommend you go with the yearly, man. It's way cheaper. $4.99, you get 3 months off, but how much am I supposed to charge for a lifetime? You know? But if you're happy to pay that, okay, fine. I mean, if it's what you want to do, I'm giving you a cheaper option, right? I don't mind. So yeah, I could maybe work out a deal. I could do a lifetime for you for $1,000 if that's what you want. I mean, I don't mind. You're just paying me $1,000. You can literally buy the yearly and immediately cancel. It won't make you kick you out the group. Then you don't have to remember. Right? So you don't have to forget about renewing. So buy the yearly. That's what I'd recommend you do right now. Buy the yearly. And then the minute you buy the yearly, cancel it. It won't kick you out the group. It will just make it that you don't renew after a year in case you forget. So that's the best thing. Plus, my system is transparent. It literally DMs you before a renewal is about to happen. Otherwise, I just get stuck with people saying, oh, it renew, I forgot, and then it's a headache, you know. I lose money on refunds. People don't realize that. I'll lose maybe $10, $15 on a refund because of fees and stuff. On fees on my WAP, if I charge 55, I net 40. He won't buy, he's just a bullshitter. Yeah, that's what I told him, right? That's why he can just do it right now. We'll see. I'll tell you if he buys. Right? I'll tell you if he buys. But yeah, I agree, I doubt it. Unless he's serious about trading. Callisto is free. Don't know who that is. But let me ask you this. Nobody is free. Nobody is free if you're forced to have to do something. So let me ask you, because I know there's a lot of these free groups going around, but do you have to sign up to a broker and deposit money? That is my number one question. If yes, it is not free. He is being paid by that heavily. He's actually being paid more than a monthly subscription. Because they get CPAs, they get commission. So please tell me, is there a broker, a prop firm involved, some affiliate deal involved? If it is not free, it's a whole inside job. You have to sign up to a broker and pay a deposit. Yeah, so that's not free, man. That deposit is your payment for the group. And then, you know, a lot of people, when they do that type of scheme, they'll force you to take trades because that's how they make money, right? So they'll tell you, if you don't take 5, 6, 7 trades in the week, we will remove you. One face challenge. Let's go, bro. Congrats. I thought you got it instant. Harry knows the game. Of course I know the game. People really don't realize that people out there, like, really at some point, I think to just make something random, it's like, I make so much more money. So much more money. It's crazy, man. But the value never sells, man. People don't want to actually get good stuff. Got out break even on gold. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. We needed this liquidity grab first. So if we can create a setup 2, would be great. It's okay. Soon we will make the exclusive group really tight knit. Price is gonna go up heavily, and then people will realize, damn, I should have taken the opportunity when I could. Block out all the noise. Peace and profits. 2 P's, that's all we need. Okay, I thought if I purchase 1 year and cancel, I'll be kicked out the community. No, that's a scam, bro. How would how would you pay for 1 year and then when you cancel, you get kicked out? That's a scam. Whoever does that, you need to cancel immediately and ask for a refund, bro. That is crazy. That's a full scam. If someone pays for a whole year and then if they press cancel, they don't get the year, what? You've already paid. You get the year. Whatever you pay for, you get, of course. Trust me, man, the yearly is better than you asking for a lifetime. Lifetime, you have to pay like minimum $1,000. I don't even have it, but you said you wanted to pay a lifetime. You know, just pay the yearly. You get 3 months off, man. 3 months free. You can cancel so you don't get it renewed, so you're not worried about a renewing subscription. So if you want something more long-term, do that. If you don't want, if you want to try it out for a month, everyone should be able, you just pay. It's really cheap. $1.8 per day, guys. If you cannot afford $1.8 per day, you need to focus on a job. Think about it. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. If $1.8 a day is too expensive for you, then you need to focus on a job first. Trading is not for you. You can't buy funded accounts because you're going to blow a funded account. It's normal. You're not going to take your first funded account and pass it and then get payouts. Very rare. Percentage chance is 1%. Maybe you're the 1%, but most of the people aren't. Right? Most of the people aren't. Like, that wasn't the case for me. I came into trading and lost money. That's how it all started. How much does the yearly cost? Well, it's $55 a month minus 3 months. So you get like $200 discount, which is quite a lot of saving. All information on website, guys. I don't want to chill this on YouTube here. You guys can visit the website. People ask how to join. You join from the website. Everyone asks how to join, but then you don't. So if you want to take action, do it. There you go. All in video, explaining what the community is about, all the details here, everything. Click this. There's also a yearly option. When you click this, you'll see the yearly option. How many kgs you can incline dumbbell, highest PR? I'm not very strong in chest. I think the most I've done for like 8 reps, 7 reps is 46 kgs. Brother, people who live in Asian countries, their average salary is $100. That's why they're telling you it's costly. Yeah, but they need to get a better job, right? What are you going to do? How are they going to become a trader with $100? They're depositing $100 into their trading account and losing it. That's my point. So it doesn't matter. They're blaming me and complaining to me that it's expensive. But they need to be smarter because they keep putting money into a broker and losing it. At the end of the day, they're still losing the money but not getting anything out of it. The only reason they're happy to put money in a broker is because, right, is because they think that, oh, I'm going to make money back. But they don't realize that there's a skill involved. It doesn't just work like that. I can't afford it too? Yeah, that's why I put content for free, because you can learn the skill for free. But my point is that you guys need to focus on making more of an income. Because what are you going to do with $100? You know, you need to learn to earn more, because even you deposit that to an account, you try to keep buying challenges, like both ways you'll have to learn, guys. You know? So it depends who you're going to give. You're either going to give your money to a broker, a prop firm, or you're going to give someone to give you education. Those are your 3 options. Or if you're just super against learning from someone, which I understand, some people are just like, I don't want to learn from anyone because I don't want to pay. Then pay yourself to practice, you know? Pay yourself to practice on a simulator, man. That's even $25 a month. Now, if we're talking about $25 a month, that's less than $1 a day. If you can't afford that, then really you need to just work harder, man. Remember, trading is not a game for someone who is dirt poor. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you are dirt poor, then you need to focus on doing better in your life and stop complaining. If you can afford to watch a stream and YouTube videos on a phone with an internet connection, you can make more than $50 a month extra income. I can guarantee. You can make more than $50 a month extra income. Gonna make you cry? Why would I make you cry? Did you pay for a mentor to teach you trading, or you self-taught? Both. I paid for smart money mentors. I spent, you know, a couple of grand on smart money mentors and it just didn't work, man. So I guess I kind of got scammed, but you know what to do. I paid for like one-on-ones to learn smart money concepts, ICT, BS, because, you know, that's the whole point. That's why it sells well, is because it's really hard to understand. It's all complex. So you feel like you need a mentor, and then the mentor just makes it even more complex. I just logged in. What's everyone talking about? Can't afford what? No, I was just saying people are saying like they can't afford $25 a month. I said if you can't afford $25 a month to pay for your own education and learning backtesting or something like that, you need to focus on getting a job. That's what I was telling them. Because I think you need to be able to afford more than that. You know, you've lost 1,200 since the beginning of August. Best lesson I ever paid for, but now I'm willing to invest in a real course. No need a course. You need to be part of probably someone who has more interaction teaching you to apply. If you just buy a course, it will be a waste of money. Recommend find a community. It's going to be cheaper than a course. It's also going to be more effective. Right? See, you've lost 1,200, but my community cost 50. You could have probably lost less. That's what I was trying to tell them. 1 minute 50 seconds close below. We could have wick fill and then a drive down towards this area. 15 minutes is clean here as well. It will also be London Open. So yesterday, we'll see if we can get a London Open trade here. Sometimes we don't get it. We would need it to open with a top wick first. It's not a guaranteed. It's a little bit more of luck, you know, not luck, but it's luck if we can get an entry during London Open, because London Open can be crazy on DAX, right? Can literally go up, go down, all of that stuff. So we'll see if we're blessed with an entry here. It will be based on 15-minute, but we're going to be using 5-minute stop loss. Why is it based on 15-minute? Because 15-minute clean candles at least down towards this support. So what we're going to need to happen in the last 1 minute is we're going to need a top, we need this to close something like this. A top wick to form on the open and then sell as soon as the candle flips. If this doesn't close below, then it's no entry anyways. So we're going to see how that forms here. Has to close below this support. So this might be a fast entry. I'm going to be ready with an order. Sometimes I won't be fast enough, you know, it just depends how fast it opens. So when I see a drive up, flip and break the low. There's a 1 hour, yeah, we haven't tapped it though. So with the open volume, should be okay. So let's see here, driving down, no chance. No chance to enter on that, unfortunately. No top wick first. So we need that top wick so we have a chance. Spreads are always higher, straight towards a target. Nothing we can do. That would have been our break even. Yeah, nothing I can do there. But that's just the open. Open is like that. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't, right? A lot of the time on DAX you won't get it though. But yeah, you can see how that trade played out though. It would just be nice if this happened before the open, because this would be the trade I want. You see how nice it is? Close below, break of low, beautiful trade towards the downside. 5-minute structure there, but we cannot control when it opened. Mine froze for 2 seconds and then dumped. Yeah, it's just how it is, man. That's why open is very hard to get in. But you can see it easily returns. So if we had a top wick first, we place sell stop. Stop loss here, 20 points. Boom, 23 points. Easy 1-to-1. Get on with your day. Gold slowly made its way back towards the downside. 1 hour still closed bullish. I got 20-point win. Damn, I'm impressed you managed to get in. No slippage, nothing. That's cool. Too fast for me, man. I would have probably entered somewhere down here by the time I pressed that. What's up with the blue box in the left of your screen? I think your cam position is not in the right place. No, because my main camera died. This is a backup camera. So I'm just using this for the time being. this is what trading is like sometimes. You can be right of everything, but then, you know, the open comes, and then that's the time when your setup comes, and then you can't take an entry. Because you saw how spreads were widening. We need a very specific scenario to enter a trade on the open. But you see how good the analysis was. No top wick first. Well, no, the spreads were already like 2-3 points, and then the minute it opened, it settles down the spread. So that's where you want the top wick, boom, place sell stop, boom, get triggered, you're happy days. But I just wish this happened maybe 10 minutes before the open, so we could have got in without having to deal with the open. US 30 is way easier with opens though. DAX is a lot harder with opens, like 10 times harder. Yeah, brilliant option though. Brilliant option. I really like these setups. 5-minute creates support, retest a previous level, and then closes below. When you backtest this, in just rewind, it will look like it's a clean setup. But in real life, you guys watch what happens. No chance to enter. Some people said their broker even paused. Some people had this. I understand your strat, but if you have a short bias and price hits a resistance, the level you mark up from the 4 hour, if it instantly rejects that level, is there an entry for that? No, I mean, you could test that, but the problem is that where would you put stops? Because sometimes we run a little bit higher. Like this time it ran here 28 pips above the 4 hour. What if it ran 30 pips to retest this? You're going to be stopped out. What's your max SL pips? Depends on the market conditions we're in and what trade I'm taking, but we could average my stop loss to like 25. I'd say that's alright, 25 pip stop losses. Give me a sec, just go toilet, come back. How long does it take to find a play in NY? Happens pretty quick. Because I trade NYSE open, so maybe like 30 minutes. Yeah, that would have been not bad, Gmail. Yeah, that works. That works. Especially after the liquidity grab. 62 point stop loss. Yeah, that would have worked. Would you be willing to look for a bounce play on the 4 hour? Yeah, but it's quite a way, you know? Still 38 points. But yeah, that would be a bounce area. This would be a 1 minute strat if we close below the 1 hour. Might try that. We have a lot of momentum here, so if we can close below here, we can maybe catch a quick scalp. Might fly up, yeah, but see this momentum. You can go quickly, break even, try catch a scalp, unless it just does that. Yeah, today you can't even trade on. That's what I mean. Sometimes you just have so much volume. Even 1 minute you can't even find an entry. But this is that's why I wanted to try take a sell, just to capitalize off this type of volume we're having. But sometimes even on a 1 minute time frame you can't enter, and you know, you're not going to start doing lower and lower stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. But I wanted to have a close below here, use my 1 minute strategy, and then I could have gotten, like, that's 18 points. Stop loss here would have been 18. Easy 1-to-1. You see, look at the volume, see? It's very easy to hold these type of positions. Fill the range. Straight to the 5 minute support, done. You see how cool that is? Very powerful. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off, guys. Appreciate you all showing up today. And yeah, interesting session here. Quite a big impulsive move. Unfortunately, it happened at the open here. One of the biggest candle we've seen. And yeah, try to get in on the 1 minute here. Not giving me 1 minute entry. No point. Just chill. Gold as well. Ranging a bit here at the moment. Trying to create a support. We are still bearish bias, so we could end up falling towards the downside. And we'll have to see how that ends up forming. So yeah, we gave it a shot today. Setup came at the open. Unfortunately, open always sucks because it's a hit or miss if we can get in. Tried to get in on the 1 minute here. 1 minute just dump straight through here. No problem. So if we were to get a close here, I would even enter on 1 minute. Now I don't do anything silly. Gold, I'm going to wait as well to see for any more solid setups here on gold that I can capitalize on. So appreciate you all. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow. Much love and peace. Thanks, guys.